Hello everybody, it's Demon here. Thank you so much for tuning into the Demon Cast. You're listening to Demons and Dragons, episode 20. So do you remember what the hell happened last time? Where did we start?
Last time was the egg, where we went and destroyed it. I don't remember where we started. I remember we got the... I stole the guy's armor. I don't remember what his faith was either. He came in and asked for the egg, and Keenan was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then we fought him, drug him in the corner out in the street, and took his armor, and then threw him into jail, asked where to go destroy the egg, and we went and destroyed it when the future was going to get killed. Came back into the past, or came back less into the future, and I can't say the past because we didn't come back to our timeline, or our time, so.
Alright, yeah.
So.
You had finished retrieving the key from Burrow's tomb, gave that to the queen, got a few duties out of that. Yeah, then you ran into Mr. frickin' Bidrusian Enforcer. What is your AC?
23, I think.
That's nice.
23, yeah.
Impossible to hit.
Still possible, but I get
More mages.
I get hit more by taking damage from what's his name. Yeah. And when we came back, we drug a drow with us.
Oh yeah, you gave me her name, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Serene.
Serene. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to remember that. Alright, so we gotta backtrack a little bit. You guys took a brief detour to a futuristic, different dimension, technically, and you got sent back. And as you're being sucked through this portal, you obviously hit the ground and whatnot, and you guys are lying in a pile of people in the forest. But this is where Dryas has a dream, or vision, or something. You're looking down at a pool of water, and it quickly becomes abundantly clear that this pool of water is like in the middle of a table. So it's like the table's like a giant bowl, and it's filled with liquid. There's a bunch of balls that are floating in this liquid, and you can see a darkness extend from the rims, or the rim of this bowl, heading towards a orb that floats in the middle. And it slowly makes its way across the surface of the liquid, covering other colored orbs with like an inky blackness. And it gets closer and closer to this one in the center. And Dryas can realize that there's a bunch of people standing around this table watching this happen.
Okay. Is it supposed to be a metaphor for me becoming less of a decent, neutral cleric and more of an evil cleric?
You want to roll me sense motives?
Not really. Okay. A crit.
Yeah. You get the distinct feeling that the figures that are around this table are a bunch of gods. And you get the distinct feeling that they are filled with dread as this darkness gets closer to this orb.
Okay, so I'm guessing this it's a metaphor for this world and something's kind of taken over-ish. The darkness is coming. You watch Supernatural?
No, I have not.
Okay. Well, in the last season, the darkness is coming. So,
Okay.
so yeah.
Anyway, Dryas is then going to wake up in a pile of bodies, and I believe your next action was to wake up Alfred and tell him to go creepily wake up Keith.
Yep.
It was hilarious.
Yep. It was.
After that, you guys went and you went into the tower and found you found Sienna dead on the floor. Dead for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Located the basement, found a mostly put together construct. Then you guys left to meet a man named Cyrus Ravenhold and his group of people who are out here trying to get a mine up and running. Cleared out some nasty spiders from the mine. Your reward was 2 bags of holding, which you went back to your tower and stuffed with gold. And I think that's pretty much where we left off.
I left some guy down in the basement with the construct with explicit instructions not to deconstruct it, but to try to get it running. And I think somebody else talked to them about trying to start getting like workers in and stuff. The other person that was there.
So we're going to pick up 2 weeks later. There's already people starting to come in. There's about 20 people here now, and they're starting to clear shit around. Mostly they start with the food tower area that Cyrus has been using, and they put up, a path to the keep and some other stuff, and they clear out pretty much anywhere where you show them to clear out. They start clearing out. They're initially supposed to be for the miners, or be miners, but this is important too, and they're going to clear a path all the way to the mines so that they actually have a trail, because the mine is actually outside of the walls. Maybe I should run down the list of stuff that you've mentioned.
Sure.
Building a barracks to house these people while they don't actually have housing. Building a permanent barracks next to the keep, which will be a little bit later. A wall around the keep was originally stated, though if you actually inspect the original walls, they're in pretty decent condition.
Okay. Probably just need to reinforce them.
Reinforcing, cleaning up, pulling the trees out of the cracks when you start.
Okay.
Medical supplies also, making a temporary hospital place. Kind of Mabel and they're in there? Serene. You mentioned digging out the canals, connecting the secret tunnels to the important areas. Getting food storage / granary, and then I got a quotations magical refrigerator.
Yeah, if we need a permanency spell, none of us are high enough, and I don't think we can pay a wizard pay a high enough magical person enough to get up here and to do a permanency spell on snowballs.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what we can do, because you do have a wizard who actually knows a shit ton of magic.
Who's the wizard here?
That would be Lies.
Oh, I didn't even know what she was. I thought she was a rogue.
She doesn't talk much, and she doesn't show it. But yeah, she's dressed in robes and cast spells.
Okay.
Fix and reinforce the outer wall. Entice a smith and leather workers to get up here. Entice Maybell or an alchemist to come. A little note that the walls are 25 feet high. I looked into how to get a golem army going. That's going to be complicated.
It doesn't have to be a whole army. I just, I was just hoping to get the one for sure. I mean, it can help for sure get stuff around. It'd be worth a good, 3 or 4 people itself. So at least. Yeah. So.
Other notes I have. You put the thrall in the vault, and in quotations marks, didn't tell Kino.
Yeah.
That's DM notes. And then I was going to question whether or not you had any specific cabinet positions for your city council in mind. So that's just my list of shit.
I don't know. I think we'd probably want a few people on the council for sure. Like, we'd want to have a majority of the people of us, like, of our group. So, just in case something weird happens, we can't get overthrown in our own town.
Yes. Other notes I have, Alfred realizes his favorite brothel is gone.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a while before you can get probably whores up here, but I figured what's his name would probably be making alcohol for the workers and stuff.
Well, unless he shows up and says otherwise.
Yeah.
He's a distillery here. So, Maybell and that drow lady, Serain?
Yeah.
You got it right this time? Okay. Have come up with the numbers of what they would need and whatnot to get an alchemist/medical infirmary place put up. Which turned out to be like 2,000 gold. My other mention is that sparrow's egg amulet that Kini was carrying the whole time.
Yeah.
If you touch it to a tiefling, it does 1d6 of damage.
Sweet.
Yeah.
He was the only one that held it, besides that one guy. Oh, and me.
Yeah. The queen asked to see it, but you wouldn't let her touch it, which is kind of a good thing.
I thought maybe she was going to take it.
Yeah. She could have tried. Anything else in my notes? That's done.
And we would have some kind of city plan type thing. We wouldn't want people just plopping down housing.
Right now, they're just trying to gather wood and put up a temporary barracks over by Ceres's food tower thing that he can use as servants' quarters later on. Right now, everybody is camped in tents in a cleared out area.
Yeah. Our group would be in the keep. You're talking about the workers, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'd be Amari, since she's strong, just have her pretty much as a lumberjack. Either that or clearing out some of the rot in the fence or in the walls.
Right. So, order of business. You want to inspect the walls?
Yeah.
All right. So, The city itself is in a circle, and is a mile diameter. So, extends half a mile from the keep. So it gives you a lot of room, and it's quite a ways out there. Walls are 25 feet tall. They are in the shape of a large gear. The entrances are at the thick ends of the gear, where they can have gatehouses and whatnot. And it's mostly intact. This climate's not so great on, stone, but it is a well-built stone wall built by dwarves, as Panfalcon built it. The only issue is, that you get that water and it freezes and it cracks and then you get seeds and stuff. So if you clear out the vegetation in and around the wall,
Is it big vegetation? We can have Kinu doing that if it's not big, because he can't.
well, no. For the most part, it's just like there's grass digging its way into some of the cracks, and every once in a while there's a tree.
Okay. I guess have Kinu doing the small stuff. I guess since it's stone, he could be burning it out. I guess unless it's dry right now, it has a chance of setting lots of things on fire.
Well, it's spring, so it's...
I don't know. He can get the smaller stuff and point out for Amari to come where the bigger ones are for later. Come get those at the end of the day when he's done with the smaller ones, or she's done. Trying to remember who else we have in a group besides the dwarf.
Well, there's Miri the barbarian. There's Panfalcon the dwarf. Your fox pet fox. We have Alfred.
Oh yeah, Alfred.
You also have Lies, Maybell, and a misplaced drow lady.
Okay. Is Lies being cooperative?
Well, Lies is cooperative.
Well, she seems to disappear a lot. I didn't know.
And she will disappear a lot.
Okay.
She's not, she's traveling with your group. She's not necessarily a part of your group.
Okay. She doesn't have any kind of spells that can magically repair this wall, does she?
I don't know. I'd have to go through the spell list. She's not a very high-level person, but she's one of those people that can get anything. So she can look into it. I'll make a note of that.
Okay. Well, I was looking into it too. I read something about somebody saying a spell that can mold something into stone.
Stone shape?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Might be a cleric spell.
And since my spells just need to be, they don't have to be learned at the level, do they? No, they don't. I think you just have to, you know them all, don't you? You just have to prepare them as a cleric.
So. And then the ones that you can't cast yet, I think you can get a scroll and cast with a spell check or something. Next order of business, they clear out a small area, or, well, a decent-sized area, and they start building what looks like, honestly, a gallows. Wooden platform raised off the ground, and when they finish, it looks like a dock, like something that should be in the river, but it's just kind of like sitting there in the middle of a clearing, and has mooring and whatnot on one side and stairway down the other side.
Who's building it? The workers that are...
Yeah. Well, the workers are the ones building most of this stuff, though Saris does not seem to have a problem getting his hands dirty.
Okay. I asked him, what's this for?
Ships.
So you're going to pick the whole thing up and move it? Where's it
Is
at?
it where?
Is it in, where's it at? Might be wrong.
It's like in between that food tower that's Ravenhood's parked around and in between the keep.
So,
Like as far from water as you can get.
okay. So why is it as far from water as you can get?
Well, it's not for boats, it's for airships.
Okay. I was born 525 years ago. What's an airship?
It's a ship that flies through the air.
Okay, well, this is news to me. I don't know how to deal with that.
Well, I'll try to let you know next when one comes in so you can see it.
Okay. That's weird. But, yeah, one of the main things we do need to do is get the water coming in. So.
As soon as we get some more men up here, it's going to take a lot of people.
Okay. Okay, and we can. Are we? This is before any kind of electricity, right? Like.
Yes.
Okay.
As far as you know.
Okay. Can we harness the river for anything else? Like, how big is the river?
It's a decent-sized river, probably 50 feet across. There's a lot of flow going through here, so as far as, like, if you're thinking mills and stuff, yes.
Can we get work on those sometime soon then?
Set up mills. Yeah. As farmers start moving up here, they'll start setting up mills for the stuff.
Can I, can you send word to, I'll pay for a couple of farmers just start coming up here now?
Oh, well, I suggest waiting a couple more weeks. Word just got out. This is only the first group of people that's arrived.
Okay.
And, you know, it takes like 2 weeks to get up here from River's End.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I'm expecting this place to just flood.
Okay. Well, if it doesn't, I'll start to pay for some farmers because we're going to need people to farm here. So.
Yes. Well, I think the surrounding area that looks like it was at one point maybe a farm is incentive enough, as long as they don't have to pay for the land.
Okay. As long as they'll probably have to, if they don't have to pay for the land, then they'll probably have to give up some of the crop, I'm assuming.
Well, there's always taxes.
There you go. I didn't want to call it that, but we can call it that then. Okay. Okay. We don't have any, like, I'm trying to think. What else? So, we need to, I guess Alfred can help Keanu if that'll make the picking the stuff out faster out of the fence, although he's not going to like it. I don't think he'll like doing anything. But,
He'll do anything if he's paid.
well, he's not living in a tent. He's living in a keep.
That is true. And Pan Falcon's keeping him supplied with
I
ale.
was going to say, he's probably getting beer from him. Let's see. So, the main things I was worried about was, well, can we start to work on a place where we can, a dock for the river too? You got a dock for airships. We need a dock for the river too.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need something to handle the people. We'll get on that as soon as the barracks are done and they don't have to sleep in tents.
Okay. Well, Amari's helping with the wood, so we shouldn't have that much. That's short of supply. That should come pretty quick.
Oh, Sid wanted to see you.
Okay. I guess I'll go. I'll leave. What's his name to the dock, to the air dock, and I'll go down. Make sure nobody's watching. I don't want anybody sneaking in behind me or hearing.
You want to do a perception check?
Or hearing the password. I'd prefer not to have this open just yet for a while. I'm going to go ahead and cast my +1 to 21.
Okay. There are people that mill around this place. You know, they did have to clear out some trees around it, whatnot, and cleaning up the areas. So you can go ahead and make sure that there's nobody watching you. Or listening, more importantly. The thing that gives you a +1, what is that?
Virtue, I think, or guidance, one of the two.
Okay, but it's basically asking your god to, like, help you do stuff?
The creature gets a +1 competence bonus on a single attack roll, saving throw, or skill check.
Okay.
It must choose to use it before the roll. Before making the roll, it applies to.
Okay. I just wanted to know how this works for later on.
The spell imbues the subject with a touch of divine guidance.
Alright. So, you sneak your way into here, and you can get down into your basement where you at some point left Sid. He hasn't been here the whole time. Saris keeps a tight rope on him because he knows he gets too interested in one particular thing.
Yeah.
You know, he makes sure he eats. Anyway, he's excited to see you. Master Dryas.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff here.
That's good, hopefully. What's interesting?
So are you familiar with how they craft constructs?
No.
Okay. Well, in general, throughout the crafting phase, you have to imbue the thing that you're crafting with magic. So, you know, certain things, in order to make it move and act the way it's supposed to. And there are certain spells that you
Okay.
This was not done like that.
Of course.
There is very interesting points. Like, you know, some of the joints and whatnot have a magical base to get how to work, as in you put energy into it and the joints will move whatnot. And he walks up to this this machine. And this machine basically looks like a large person, right? A large metal person.
Yeah.
And he says, so, until you finish, it is not an actual construct. It cannot move on its own. It can't do anything. So if you were to push it, it would just fall over. And he heaves himself into this thing and pushes it, and it starts to fall, but then it catches itself as you would if somebody tried to push you over.
Yeah.
And he looks at it and says, That is impossible.
Sweet. The which one talks? Sid or the thing?
Oh, Sid's the one talking.
Okay, I was gonna say. It's sentient? Oh shit, no.
No, but he pushes it over, and it's supposed to fall over, but it catches itself automatically. All right.
Okay.
So, we've got two theories.
Okay, let's hear your theories.
Theory 1, it's built so that a construct, a small construct, can be plugged into it, operate this for a while, then plugged into something else. Theory 2, imagine if you say you were old and dying and could put your soul into a machine.
So that's what I guess he was trying to do, was when he got old. I thought he didn't die old, though.
He died of older age,
Oh.
more of a cancer type thing that actually killed him, but he lived older.
So he was trying to build something to figure out a way to transfer himself to it.
That's what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking he never finished.
I wonder if it can... do you think if Lies, she knows magic, do you think maybe if I had her help with, maybe between, I have a little bit of engineering, between you seem to be learning it pretty well, between you, me, and Lies, we might be able to figure out how to make it run.
Okay. So I've been talking to Lies quite a bit, actually. We're certain that we can craft something that we can plug into here to make it a fully active construct.
Okay.
As far as putting somebody's soul into it, we don't know.
I didn't know. We don't need to put somebody's soul in it, do we?
Well, I was just looking at that, because that's what I think this is actually. It's possible he got the machine built, but never figured out how to do the soul transfer part.
Yeah. I'm okay with that, the soul transfer part.
So I think about another week we'll have it up and running.
Okay. That would help a lot, us get everything up and running, make the town grow faster. Help with defense. I mean, it's not. We're not going to be able to reproduce these. I mean, if I hired you full time, we might be able to get 2 a year, but I doubt it.
Well, this thing, I mean, as far as constructs go, this is way complex compared to a construct.
Oh. So.
It's almost ridiculous.
Okay. So, but yeah. I think it would just help us in general, so that's why. Just more brute strength, because in general we weren't that strong of a party, I guess, of a group. I was semi-strong, and Mary was pretty strong, but call her a glass cannon. She can hit you hard, but you can hit her hard back.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have somebody that can do both. Although I don't think it probably can't really, it wouldn't be able to combat, would it?
I don't see why not. It's got all the physical ability, movement range.
So at that point it would be pretty much a construct, or what's that race called? Is it called a construct?
Well, I know there's a race called Warforged.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't know if that's Pathfinder. I haven't seen it. But I'd probably just give some construct rules to it or something.
Yeah, it's always good to have. Well, once we get everything up and going, it's always good to have an extra bodyguard at the keep too.
Sounds good.
So, well, keep up the good work. So, there's noise. Somebody beeps. Okay.
Okay. Now what do we do? I might have to get you the information for this construct sooner rather than later because you're kind of the only one here to do shit.
Yeah.
Alright, you want to fast forward a couple weeks?
Sure. Did we make sure the towers were inspected and the food towers were okay?
Oh, inspection of the food towers. The other ones are in some form of disrepair. Let me look at the map. So the north one is like missing part of its top. That doesn't really alter the functionality of like the lighting and stuff in the bottom layers.
Okay, so
The one that Raven holds in also, it appears to have some type of mechanism to drive like water up to the top or something, but that doesn't seem to be functional.
okay.
There's one at the southeast end that's just a pile of ruins. And the other two, it's like the lights went out in them.
So the only functioning one is Ravenholt's and the top one.
Yeah, the northwest and Raven.
Okay.
You could probably get the other ones functioning, but right now there's just nothing on them.
Okay. Is the spell that made them do that, did it stay in the area? Like, is it going to, if we repair the building, will the spell continue to function? Or are we going to have to pull out the spell from the memory of the database and, like...
You're probably going to have to pull the spell from the memory of the database. You can put lies on it.
Okay. Lies is going to have to be in lots of different places. Sucks being the only caster in a group. Well, I guess I'm a caster, but I'm probably not anything clerics can do.
I'll have to look at it. It's basically a really advanced light spell.
Okay. But, yeah, we need to get those at least... I vaguely remember saying to the Ravenhold people that we needed to share the one that they're up and running until we get at least one of ours running.
Oh yeah, they're using it to provide food.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if they were going to be stingy and be like, no, get your own.
No, they got to feed their workers.
Okay. Are they providing us with food also? Or...
Yeah, they've been providing you with food since you showed up.
Okay. Okay.
You paying the 2,000 gold to get Maybell up and running?
Yeah, I wouldn't keep the stuff outside, though. I would have it in a room in the keep for her. Like, I don't know, unless we don't really have locking mechanics right now. I don't know. So I would keep pretty much all the important stuff inside and have... Oh, crap, she can't go in without speaking. She's got Serene with her, though, so...
That's true.
I would keep pretty much most of it inside in case... I mean...
Serene has pretty good clearance levels also.
Yeah. But I wouldn't... Just in case, I mean... it seems like we can trust the Ravenhold people, but we don't. Not 100% on the workers, but just in case, want to keep the stuff, most of it locked up, because if we start throwing away gold, I mean, 2,000 is nothing right now, but 2,000 a tick eventually ticks quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, but, so I have most of it inside till we get, because I think we need a blacksmith to get like make locks and stuff.
Yes.
So
if we're fast forwarding, I should write down some shit. Mundane blacksmith. Healer, we have Maybell. I think that's it for now. So a blacksmith will come up on the next barge of people. But obviously they don't have everything up and running yet.
Yeah.
Sarah's Ravenhold would like to see you in your group.
Okay.
You can find him at the top of the keep.
Okay. Okay, I guess we'll go up there.
So, you make your way up to the top of the tower, and he has got some furniture up here. It's rough-hewed trees. It's made from rough-hewed trees, so it's not like nice tables or anything. But it's basically got a table and some wooden chairs that are basically carved out of logs and whatnot. It's adequate. I wouldn't suggest rubbing your hand against it. You might end up with slivers. Sarah stands pretty much where Sienna used to stand. He just looks out over the city. He dresses in like commoner's clothing, like well-end commoner's clothing. Left hand, he's got a cup of tea, and his right hand/hip, he's holding his grandson Kalik. And as you guys come up the stairs or enter the door, he'll tell Kalik to go pour our heroes some tea. And then Saris will tell his grandson to go find his mother.
Yeah, and then kick it. No, I'm just joking.
That's Dryas.
Yes.
How are you today?
Working. Trying to get everything together.
Well, things are going well. We got roughly 40 people up here now. Things will start speeding up as they go.
That's good. Do we have any farmers planned soon?
We do have a family up here that was looking to set up a farm. Should we put any farms inside the walls, or should we just use the towers? I
think right now we should use the towers until if we run out of space, we can move. But use the space that's allotted for farms.
Okay.
So allot them off part of it for their farm. However much.
Well, they can also start building around the city, as you know, farms are usually outside the walls.
Yeah. Okay.
We can put them in the northern food towers until they get their area cleared out. Start right away.
Okay.
All right. Another situation is the church to the southeast. As this expands, we're going to have to clear that out.
Was it magical, or was it, or was it kind of, I know you said it was standing, but I don't remember if it was headed.
Yes. Well, there's undead skulking about it.
Oh, I didn't know.
They appear to be guarding the place. The last run-in we had with them, somebody went to check it out, and he died several days after the incident.
Sweet.
But they don't seem to leave the area.
Okay.
You're a cleric. I presume that you have a better understanding of how these things work.
I don't, let's see, what would that be? What would I roll to see if I know what that is? Why they're staying?
Sure. Religion?
25.
Without actually seeing what kind of undead it is, it's a little hard to tell, but undead, they, if they're not roving around, then they're probably guarding something or have some type of affinity for a specific area. Really depends on what type of undead they are.
Okay. The guy said that the person died a few days later. Did the guy...
Oh,
By
yes,
any-
that's a good thing. Dying a few days later after contact with undead honestly throws up the red flag of mummy rot, which is kind of like a infection. But it's also like an infection of the soul as well as the flesh.
I cannot think of anything besides Doctor Who at the moment. My favorite Doctor was 9, the Are You My Mummy? And this last Doctor had an episode with a mummy and quoted that. So, I don't, they would, since I had it written down at one point, my channel divinity would deal damage to them since they're undead, right?
That is correct.
Okay. I don't think I have any turn and general spells. Unless you get it just for being a cleric.
It's probably under the spell list. I think they're higher level.
That doesn't look like it, but...
Might be something you would ask your oracle.
Oh. Okay. I guess
You might.
ask her if she knows anything. Well, write to her and see if she knows anything about... No. See if she knows anything about mummies.
Okay. Let's... Well, she didn't really need a knowledge check. I was just looking at the turn on dead stuff. See if we can find the spell for that.
I don't know. Does she know about that spell either?
She would know a lot about cleric-y stuff. The question is, even if she has a scroll, can you cast it?
Do we have anything that will cure this.
Oh yes. If you talk to, or if you, yeah, have a conversation with your female, she does have cure disease, and I think it's like a DC 6 or maybe 16 or something. But you gotta get DC 6.
So you gotta roll to see if it works, and then roll to see if it does what it's supposed to do.
Technically, I would just give you the one roll.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't get high enough for the seeing if it works or seeing if it does what it's supposed to do, it didn't matter if it worked. Yeah, I think the DC 6.
Spellcasting. That would not be good for me. Spellcraft?
Yes. No, caster level check.
Caster level. Where would that be?
Probably plus 4.
No, that's not it. So it would just be my level plus 20, D20.
I think so.
Great.
But I'm wondering if you get to add your wisdom.
That'd be great. Spellcraft is a -1 because it's based off intellect. So that would be bad.
Spell's power often depends on its caster level. For most spellcasters, equal to her class level in the she is using. But the caster level, okay, lower than normal, but the caster level you choose must be high enough for you to cast the spell in question. In that base features. In the event, the cost features others, especially not only the features, such as range duration, but also to your check spell resist. Okay, so it looks like it's just your actual caster level, which your level 4 means it's 4. Because you're cleric. I think if you were a ranger, they would be like 1. Or maybe that's next level, it's 1. So, you get spells right away.
Okay,
So in order to make the scroll work, you gotta roll at least a 2.
okay. But to make it actually work, to make the scroll not disintegrate, I have to roll at least a 2, but to make it...
You have to roll a 16.
Great.
Good news is she has scribe scrolling.
Hopefully, every 10 minutes I get to roll. By the time I won't die by the time it comes around.
No. Mummy Rod is a per day basis. You wake up and you... Last week, every night, you've been having a dream that you're standing in line.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a really boring and really redundant dream.
It must be hell.
It doesn't look like hell. It actually looks like halls that lead to Shaylin's chambers.
Great. Hey, I've been doing good. She needs to back off. Actually, there was an episode of Supernatural where the devil, he has hell. He changes it to where it's just a bunch of lines. You wait in a line over and over again. When you get to the front, you go to the back of the line. That's all you do.
That's terrible.
But, yeah.
Sounds like hell.
Yeah. So, I've been dreaming about hell.
Brilliant.
So do I see anything, like, can I recognize any of the people in the dream?
No. They just seem to be random people. They all seem to be clerics or some way associated with shit.
Great. Does the line ever move?
Yes.
Do I ever get closer?
It moves quite steadily, but apparently it's a very long line.
Do I just go back to the same spot every night, or do I...
No, you seem to be progressing.
Well, remind me when I get close to the front of the line, so I know what she's got to tell me. So I can remind me, put a cliff note that I did kill a demigod that was trying to kill the Earth, or destroy the place. Just a little note. So don't yell as much at me.
If she's gonna yell at you, why are all these other people here?
They fucked up too. They just fucked up less.
I want to find out how much it costs to scribe a scroll of this shit.
Okay. Nobody better get bit. You got bit?
You gotta get touched.
Great. We're gonna turn into the creepy group.
Oh, really? It's 375 gold apiece. It's not bad. It's a third level spell, right?
I don't know.
I wrote it down. I think I know. Yeah, third level. So if you screw up, you just need a 375 GP.
Well, I have one chance extra. I have that point from last game to re-roll.
Oh, yes. Speaking of points, I decided that between some of the one-off side quests we've gone on and all the input that you've given me for city building and whatnot, that I would give you a DM point.
What does that mean?
It's a rare thing that allows you to, in some way, alter the world. So you can add shit, you can change shit, you can change people's dispositions to you or something. You can also, say for mechanical reasons, you can be like, that was actually a nat 20, or say somebody's attacking you, you can say, nope, he actually rolled a nat 1. This kind of thing. Basically allows you to warp reality.
Using it on an attack roll seems like such a waste.
Yes. But
Possibility.
if you're about to die and somebody crits on you, you could always use it to change their attack to a nat 1.
Or I
So
could
it could be
always,
an extra life type
I
thing.
could always use it to say a temporal black hole appeared behind them and sucked them up in
Yeah. It's that kind of thing.
Yes. The precious.
The humor points or the fate points will be per session, but this is one of those things you gotta do a lot to get it.
Yeah. Let's see. Can I use it to make a level 20 wizard friend appear out of nowhere to be my friend? That will always be loyal to me.
It's not that powerful.
Damn it. I almost fixed all our problems.
You could maybe use it to get a high level 20 or level 20 wizard up here and open up shop or something. And then you could pay them to do shit.
Let's see. Well, we'll see after this killing of the mummies.
I suggest you save it for a while.
Okay.
I guess you can go kill the mummies if you want. Who are you taking with you?
All of them.
Oh, he's got the construct up and running.
Yeah.
Sid gives you like this command phrase that allows you to like take control of it.
Okay. Sweet. Can it's not, I still have all my old armor here. It's not much, it won't fit me, it won't fit it, damn it.
It's made of metal.
Yeah, okay. Didn't somebody have a weapon that they weren't using? Or was that a different game? Might have been a different game.
Yeah, I don't think.
I was going to say put him in front since it's not going to matter if he gets bit.
I'm going to quickly draft up some stats for him, I guess.
Okay.